The Young and the Restless. Spoilers. Thurdays. Full July 18, 2024. Dark conspiracies and silent struggles, the Newman family's turmoil. In the heart of Genoa City, the Newman family found themselves once again at the epicenter of a storm brewed by the patriarch, Victor Newman. Nikki Newman, determined to confront the escalating tensions and dark machinations of her husband, gathered her children, Nick and Victoria, for an urgent meeting. The stakes were high, and Nikki knew they needed to present a united front against Victor's latest scheme. However, Victoria was weary. Years of dealing with her father's clandestine plots and ruthless tactics had taken their toll on her. "Mom, I can't do this anymore," she said, her voice tinged with exhaustion and resignation. "This is how he lives, always scheming and attacking whoever he wants. I'm done." With that, she left the room, leaving Nikki and Nick to grapple with the situation on their own. Nikki and Nick shared a worried look. They both understood the gravity of the situation. The history between Victor and Jack Abbott was marred by years of bitter rivalry and conflict. The last time their feud had escalated, it had cast a long, dark shadow over their families and the entire city. They could not let history repeat itself. Meanwhile, Sharon Newman was battling her own demons. The severity of her bipolar disorder had left her feeling vulnerable and isolated. She could feel her mental state deteriorating, and the fear of being alone only amplified her anxiety. Nick was preoccupied with Phyllis, who was recovering from a brutal attack, and their rekindled relationship brought him joy that Sharon couldn't disrupt. Faith and Lucy were away on vacation, and Mariah was unable to leave her daughter to be with her mother. Sharon's sense of abandonment grew, feeding the dark thoughts that lurked at the edges of her mind. She cried often, the emotional pain manifesting physically as well. Her body and mind were at war, and she felt like she was losing. The weight of her illness, combined with the sense of being forgotten by those she loved, drove her deeper into despair. The silent suffering Sharon endured was a stark reminder of the insidious nature of her condition. Bipolar disorder was not just a personal battle, it had far-reaching effects on everyone around her. The Newman family was already on edge due to Victor's scheming, and Sharon's deteriorating mental health added another layer of complexity and urgency. As Nikki and Nick strategized on how to prevent another catastrophic clash between Victor and Jack, they were unaware of the storm brewing within Sharon. The danger of her untreated illness was imminent, and the consequences could be devastating. Sharon's episodes were unpredictable, and the potential for harm to herself and others was a constant threat. In the depths of her isolation, Sharon felt the crushing weight of her perceived abandonment. She was trapped in a cycle of negative thoughts and guilt, unable to see a way out. Her illness had taken control, clouding her judgment and distorting her reality. The fear of hurting those she loved or being hurt herself loomed large, but no one had yet seen the full extent of the crisis she was facing. The Newman family, divided and distracted, stood on the brink of multiple crises. Victor's dark machinations threatened to rekindle an old feud, while Sharon's struggle with bipolar disorder threatened to spiral out of control. Nikki and Nick's efforts to prevent a corporate war were noble, but they needed to recognize the silent, personal war Sharon was waging. As tensions rose and the stakes grew higher, the Newman family had to confront their issues head-on. The path to resolution was fraught with danger and uncertainty, but ignoring the signs was not an option. The consequences of their actions, or lack thereof, would soon become painfully clear. In the end, the Newman family's strength would be tested. Their ability to come together, support each other, and face their challenges as a united front would determine their future. As they navigated the complexities of power, loyalty, and mental health, they would need to find a balance between personal well-being and corporate warfare. The story of the Newmans was one of resilience and endurance, but also of vulnerability and the need for compassion. As they moved forward, each member would have to confront their own demons and make difficult choices. Only by facing the darkness within and around them could they hope to emerge stronger and more united. And so, the saga of the Newman family continued, a tale of love, power, and the unbreakable bonds that held them together, even in the face of their greatest challenges.